going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Monster Legends. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out with me today. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and show your support. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright guys, today, obviously, there's a new progressive island out for everybody, the Keeper's Fables Island. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's not super crazy, but it's kind of crazy. Anyways, so we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about it because that's kind of what we do on these days, is we talk about the event, what you can get for free, and stuff like that, right? Right. So first up, we're going to go through and we're going to talk about all the dudes and stuff and things, how you get them out and stuff like that, and that's actually pretty much all we're going to do. Couple things to note, alright? All of the little single target deals like the scroll here, the chest, this scroll, they're all for one breed point, so as soon as you breed one time, you can get them. Another thing to go over really quick is the pools and the item timers and stuff like that. We'll talk about that for a second. So gold spawns every 1 hour and 20 minutes. You get another gold point that goes to the pool. Food is the feeding your monsters every 2 hours. The fights obviously are every 2 hours apart. And the hatch and the breeds are every 8 hours. So you can log in once every 8 hours and get all the items from the entire event that stacks up, because it's just how it works. That's how the timers go. You can get on every 4 hours. You just won't get your hatch and breeds. Or you can get on once every 8 hours and get all the points in one go. Alright? Another thing to note is pools do refill. They refill every time you start something new. So as soon as you finish Slayentar here, the breed point's already going to be ready in the scroll. So you can immediately breed. You might have to breed a couple of times to get it, because it's not a 100% chance to get. It's like 70% chance or something. And once you get it, then it moves on to Daganth, and you can immediately get the gold feed breed or whatever for Daganth as well, because the breed will refill. It does that every time, so it's not like a full-on having to wait another hour and 20 minutes to get a gold point for the next monster. It does refill, so you can go ahead and immediately collect 5 or 6 gold points right away. Alright? Alright, so with that being said, it's time to talk about the monsters. Clear throat, because that's professional. How long it takes to get them, and where your free-to-play limits are, right? Right. So first up here is Slayentar. Slayentar is actually a solid rare. He's one of the better rares because he's a pretty good support. He has AoE double damage, I believe, for a rare. That's pretty powerful. So in a rare war, not a bad monster to carry in with you. You know what I'm saying? Clear throat again, because I have to. Alright, so Slayentar. He's going to take you 11 golds, 6 feeding points, 3 fights, and 2 hatches to get out. Means it's going to take you 8 hours to get him out. The reason it takes 8 hours is because you immediately get 6 golds at the very start of the deal. Sometimes there's a glitch on the very first guy, and you can completely knock the first one out in like a few seconds of the event starting. Since I never really get on right as the events start, I usually am like behind by 5 hours or so. Then I start the event, so never works for me, but it does work for some people. I don't know if it still works. If it does, let me know in the comments. I don't know. But this guy should take you about 8 hours to get from the first time you log on during the event, unless you logged on right at the start of the event. Alright? So about 8 hours to get Slayentar out, which means the total time to get Slayentar out, obviously going to be 8 hours as well, because he's the first monster, right? Then there's going to be the the scroll, which is just going to be a breed, and that's going to take us to Daganth. Now, Daganth is going to take you 33 golds and 18 of the feeding points, along with 5 breeds. He's not a super amazing epic. He's okay. He is light and dark, which means he's only got 1 weakness. It's not bad. I think he can make the enemy weak to dark and light. I could be wrong. But he's not bad. He's not bad. The time to get this guy out is going to be 1 day and 12 hours. Throat is killing me, peeps. But today, anyways, I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm doing these maths, normally the math would be a little higher than a day and 12 hours, but I'm adding in now the fact that the pools do refill every time you change a monster. So once you get that scroll, the pools refill for Daganth. So I'm knocking all of that time off of his total time to get. So remember that as soon as you finish something, you can start collecting points for the next thing, even if you just collected things. So just spam collect a habitat, you'll get gold points, I promise. Alright, so anyways, a day and 12 hours to get him out. Total running time here, get Slayentar, the scroll, and Daganth. The scroll takes 0 time to get because you can immediately breed. It's going to take you a day and 20 hours to get Daganth in total. So that's not bad. It's not a super long event either. It's only like a 7-day event, so definitely not bad that it's fast to get him out. Alright, then after that, you're going to have a video ads chest. This is going to be the exact same as the scroll. 0 time to get because the breed point will refresh immediately, so just go ahead and breed. And that's going to take you over here to Frostwrath. Now, Frostwrath, he's one of my favorite design monsters. I think he looks really cool. But not only that, he's a very good denial. And he's a good denial in the Dragon book. Now, Kihaku does kind of rule the game as a free-to-play denial. He is the best in the game right now. But this guy is definitely not bad at all. Definitely worth picking him up, and you should be able to get him for free, which is absolutely amazing. Alright? So this guy's going to take 66 golds, 36 feeding points, 3 fights, 9 hatches, and 9 breeds. That's going to take 3 days and 8 hours just to get him, for a cumulative time to get Slayantar, Daganth, and Frostwrath up to 5 days and 4 hours. As you can tell, that's still well within the bounds of the event, so you should be able to get that no problem. Even if you miss a few days of logging in, you'll still be fine to get this guy, which is great because he is a really good monster. Alright? Now, next after that is another scroll. Nobody really cares about the scrolls. They're nothing super amazing. I guess if you really want Ingenica super bad, they're okay. But like I said, no time to get, just a simple breed point. And that's going to take us to one of the new monsters here, Burning Rogue. Now, I haven't checked up a whole lot on these new monsters. I looked at them for a little bit the other day, but I didn't really go in depth on them. This guy doesn't seem bad for an epic, but doesn't seem like he's not going to be like an OP epic like Nautilus 1 was. Like Volray's a pretty solid epic, and Salamander, really good epics. There's Ophiuchus, there you go. I knew there's another one out there I was forgetting. But he's not going to be, I don't think he's going to be that kind of tier, but he's not bad. Alright, this guy is going to take 44 golds, 24 feeding points, and 6 breeds for a total time to get this guy out of 2 days, 2 hours, and 40 minutes. That's going to bring your cumulative total time in the event to 7 days, 6 hours, and 40 minutes to get the Burning Rogue. Now, it is only a 7-day event, which means you can get this guy for free, but you're probably going to have to spend like 20 or 30 gems or something at the very end to pull him out. Not a bad cost. If ever comes up in like a breeding event or something, it's nice to have him. But like I said, you can get this guy without actually spending real money on gems, as long as you have at least a little bit saved back. You know, like save back your gems from a single gems dungeon and you're good. Alright? So you can get this guy for free. It's going to take a little bit of gems, and that's going to take us to the last monster in the event. Arguably, one of the best denial monsters in the game, if the wiki holds true. Alright, I did look at it a little bit yesterday, the Dungeon Master here. This dude here, pretty solid. It's got an AoE cooldowns activated, which is really what we were hoping for with Montezuma, but then that got nerfed in the wiki, and he turned out to be kind of a mediocre monster. But this one here has AoE cooldowns activated, if it holds true, with a base speed of 3,476, which means he's just as fast as monsters like Hackster and stuff like that, so he's up there with the fastest of monsters. Not to mention he can activate all the cooldowns on the enemy team, which is going to be huge. That completely ruins things like General Thades, Timerian. Pretty much every denial in the game doesn't have a 0 cooldown deny. So if you deny their cooldowns, they cannot crowd control your team unless they get their ultimate skill. So pretty solid denial here. Going to be one of the better ones in the game later on in a few months when he starts becoming available in offers. You're going to see a lot of people rocking this dude. Alright? Or lady dude. I don't know. I think it's a dude. I don't know. It's one of them. Anyways, whatever. This is going to take 77 golds, 42 foods, 3 fights, 11 hatches, and 11 breeds for a total time to get this guy out at 3 days, 22 hours, and 40 minutes. Which is going to bring your cumulative time in the entire event to 11 days, 5 hours, and 20 minutes. Now, obviously, that's a little bit longer than the entire event runs. But if you are willing to spend some gems to finish some of the other ones early, like to finish Daganth a day early, or Frostwrath a day early, or something like that, you may be able to get this guy without actually spending real money, but it may cost you over 250 gems. I am not a professional on spending gems during these events. I don't do it very often. I've had people tell me they pulled stuff like Azuriel and stuff out of the event for like, 200 gems or something, and that's really impressive because Azuriel cost 249 gems, so getting her for 200 was a bit of a bonus. Anyways, I'm not really good at doing that. I don't ever do it, so if you know how to do that really effectively, drop that in the comments so I know, so I can help tell the other peeps in the world about it. But you can probably get this one for free. It's one of the first progressive islands that I've seen in the game that you can actually complete for free if you save back some gems. I know I could finish it with 700-something gems, but those are going towards, monsters I plan on ranking, and this one will not be rankable for a long time. Alright, so there you go, guys. That is going to be the Keeper's Fables event, pretty much open and closed. Everything you need to know about it, times to get your monsters and stuff and things, all that good jazz. A little bit about the monsters. I don't go crazy in depth on them here. I will probably do an analysis of the 2 new monsters tomorrow or something, just to bring you guys up to speed on what they're really all about. Is it worth you spending 250 or more gems to get to Dungeon Master? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it then. But for now, I think that's going to be it, peeps. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, don't forget to leave those in the down there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you liked the video, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys next time.